Today, I'm gonna share with you this deeply personal story about the person who inspired me the most. Like many other women, I grew up in a very traditional Asian family where happiness and survival depends on others. Whether it was my father, my mother, or my grandparents who access to the power and money, most of them taught me how to be a good girl, but none of them taught me how to be a happy one. My life has been still normal until 2020 when I hit rock bottom. I was battling with depression caused by job rejection, family violence, and also isolation from the COVID-19 pandemic. It felt like I had lost all hope for living, feeling bored and empty all the time. And even at that time, I questioned whether my life was worth continuing. So, to be honest, it seemed quite difficult for me to search for any English word to describe exactly my feeling and what I went through at that time. During 2 years suffering from depression, there was no trunks, no doctors, and no therapist can save me back to my life. It's quite hurt and painful when I can see my future was surrounded with the darkness. I locked myself inside a room 24 hours a day. I decided not to talk to anyone, even if it was my parents, my friends, and my siblings. Sometimes I slept during a day and I woke up in the evening, overthinking about everything happened to my life. And even there was a moment I decided to end my life. I felt my body was so heavy. I remember I gained up to 76 kilograms when my height is only 160 centimeters. I felt so much shy and it made me feel like I'm not good for continuing living. However, what saved me was love and compassion, specifically from my aunt. Another strong woman who refused to let me give up on myself. After recovering from depressions in 6 months living with my aunt, I was still struggle with the question who I am and how can I live a happier life. I tried to look for happiness in things like money, love, traveling, and self-care. Most of them helped, but just in a moment. Then I come to check her live videos on TED Talk. She shared a very simple yet powerful story on how she taught her little son to live happily every day by giving. For 365 days, she gave whatever he had, his time, his money, his resources, and his kindness. At first, I wondered, can giving really make me happy? Because it was too simple. Then I tried and I started with little things. I gave bread to the birds on the street. I chose pictures from my friends at school. I had my professor to present the presentation. And I took care of babies for my uncle and my aunt. I brought chocolates and candies for my little brothers and my sisters. I also have Vietnamese people learning English, Polish, and math. Each act of giving brought me joy and happiness that I never felt before. It was so amazing. Also, I discovered my core value is making people laugh and helping them achieve their goals, no matter how little I had myself. So until now, whenever I feel bored, anxiety, and depressed, I always ask myself two questions. What do I really want? And how can I get it? So the answer is always about giving people what they want. And then everything I want will then come to me naturally.